Video editing requires a lot of stuff if you want to do it at even a semi-professional level, and I'm not just talking about the gear. In fact, I've got 5 things here that I think every editor needs, but probably never thought of. And make sure you stick around because number 5 is gonna blow your mind. Let's start off with the one big ticket item on this list, as well as the only one that might be considered not weird. Internet security. Look, as editors, especially in this day and age, we're spending a massive amount of time online, whether it's sending emails to clients, project files and footage to collaborators, or taking a break and watching Netflix when we should be working. Don't lie, we all know you do it too. And since we're spending so much time online, it's important that all of our personal information, passwords, and even location are kept safe. And the way that I keep all of that safe is by using Aura. Aura is kind of a one-stop shop for everything internet security. They provide financial fraud and credit protection, identity theft protection for both you and your family, device protection that includes a VPN, antivirus, password management, and more. It's easy to use, it's easy to set up, and surprisingly affordable. Plus, if you sign up for any of their plans, you get 2 weeks free. Now, full disclosure, I do work with Aura in an affiliate capacity, so I will receive a commission if you sign up using the link in the description. That being said, I have a very strict rule about only promoting products that I believe in, and I really like Aura, so click that link and give it a go. Next up on this list is something that anyone who has spent a lot of time in front of their computer will swear by, and that's blue light glasses. The blue light from screens can do enough damage on its own when you're using screens normally, but for editors who are generally in front of screens longer than most and who often work in the dark for long periods of time, the damage can become more severe a lot sooner. Now, most modern monitors have a blue light filter built in, but turning it off requires a lot of button pushing, and it's easy to forget to turn it off before you start color grading. It's just much easier to get a pair of glasses that filter out the blue light from your monitor and keep them at your desk. They're not that expensive either. I'll have the ones that I use linked below. Just don't forget to take them off before grading your next video. Now, remember when I said that editors tend to work in the dark a lot? Remember how your parents told you that watching TV in the dark would damage your eyes? Well, it turns out they weren't lying. Staring at your computer monitor in the dark can really damage your vision over time, even without the blue light. So it's a good idea to have a little bit of ambient light in the room, even when working in the dark. The tricky part is getting a light that doesn't produce a glare on your monitor. Enter the ScreenBar by BenQ. The ScreenBar is exactly what it sounds like. It's a light bar that clips to the top of your screen. It's color accurate, which is super important for color grading, and it lets you adjust both the color temperature and the brightness. The best part is it adds the ambient light you need while working in the dark without creating glare. It'll be linked below if you want to check it out. Okay, we're down to our last 2 items, and I can almost guarantee that most beginner editors have never thought of them. First, let's talk about your hands. Editing isn't just taxing on your eyes, people. It can do a number on your hands and fingers as well. I don't know about you, but after a full day of editing, my fingers and wrists get stiff, the muscles in my hands get swollen. It's not fun, but there's a way to minimize all of that. And that's with these. These are copper-infused compression gloves, and they have completely changed the game for me when it comes to my long editing sessions. The concept is simple. The gloves keep pressure on the muscles in your fingers and hands to help minimize pain and improve mobility, while the copper that's infused in the fabric helps with all of the stuff that copper is supposed to help with, like improving blood flow and acting as an anti-inflammatory and stuff like that. At least that's how it's supposed to work. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. All I can tell you is that if I wear these while editing, my hands feel better at the end of the day. Okay, we're down to the final item on this list, and it's something that you probably already have somewhere in your house, but maybe you haven't thought about using it as part of your editing workflow. But before we talk about what, let's talk about why. See, back when I was a budding young rock star playing in a band and spending a lot of time in recording studios, I learned something very important about the mixing process, and that's this. The true sign of a good mix is when you can hear all of the parts of the music no matter what speakers they're played out of. In fact, one of the things we used to do when we finished a round of mixes was listen to every song in as many places as we could just to make sure our listeners would get the best possible possible experience. This is a practice I've taken with me into the world of video editing. Whenever I'm mixing audio for a video, I want to listen to it not only through my expensive monitors and my fancy headphones, but also through something that the person consuming the video might listen to. And so the fifth item on my list is shitty headphones. These are a pair of earbuds that I got with an old phone. I keep them in this little drawer behind me, and one of the last things I do before releasing a video or a podcast or anything where I did the audio mixing is to listen to it on these. If it sounds good in my fancy equipment and it sounds good on these, it's ready to go. Now, keep in mind, this list kind of assumes that you already have the basics when it comes to video editing equipment. If you're brand new and you're still trying to figure out what to buy first, click here. And until next time, don't forget to go out and make stuff. Thanks for watching.